is where creativity and community come together for the jewelry and accessory making world. And my thing is all janky here, so I'm gonna readjust here. Sorry. So we do lots of fun things here. I'm gonna stand up for a second. We're gonna shake it out. There we go. Sorry. But we do lots of fun things here. Twice a week we go live with chats. Twice a week, but this week we're doing it 3 times. We're going to go live with tutorials, and then we do events throughout the week. We have an event tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It is a bead debut event. I'm starting to work on that. We have some necklaces that are going to be coming back. They're returning to the studio. We have some really cool top drilled glass pendants that you can use a ice pinch bail to create a cool pendant. So we're going to have both of those items tomorrow night. Then on Saturday, we are going to do a silicone event that we will be showing different things that are the 15 millimeter silicone rounds. They will be lentils, abacuses, solids, and focals. So we'll have lots of fun on that one. And we're going to bring some of the swivels to that one too. Swivel lobster claw class. But today we are doing a tutorial. This one, I did not bring anything completed. What we're doing on this type of a live, it's called an Easter basket ideas. We did one earlier on Tuesday, and that one we used silicone beads so that you can create like the pens. We have a few pens here that you can put together using silicone beads. And then we used different types of beads in the silicones to create zipper pulls using the cord and silicone beads to make those. So we have those for ideas that you could put in an Easter basket. Hi there, Gladys. And so I wanted to take and show you ideas how to make stuff for Easter baskets that isn't silicone beads. And so I am bringing up my backup account so I can see comments because everything's flying and I think I probably missed saying hi to a few people. As soon as I get this out there, I also need to share this to my story. If you guys could do that, that would help us out getting things out there. All right, let's go to the live. And then I can do it on my backup account too. We'll share it there too. Let's see, it's right there. It's a little bit different between the two. So I have to go, where is it on each one? All right. It is a Gladys. We're doing a tutorial. Yes. Hi, Murda. All right. Whoops. Then I accidentally got out of mine when I was trying to move the comments. All right. So what we're going to use today, so I will let you guys know, even though I bring a lot of the acrylic beads to the silicone shows when we do those, I actually use a lot of silicone beads, or not silicone, I'm sorry, acrylic beads for when I design for kids. The reason being is that acrylic beads are lightweight. They can be bigger, bolder, that type of thing, and not so heavy. Because you're thinking about this, they're for kids. So today, some of the beads that we have had in previous shows, we have the candy one here. We've had these here that are the, they're like corrugated or type, or some people call them watermelon beads, where they're the bead and bead acrylics with the color. We've had the flowers. And we have had, hi Geraldine. We had like, I'm gonna try to get 3 different colors here instead of saying. We have some just round acrylic beads. So those are some that we've had that you guys have been able to add to your own collections. I also, any of these, and this is why I always say my kids' beads are a little bit different, because if I go to do something with them, such as like a Girl Scouts and teaching them how to do jewelry, I've done that lots in the past. I have them so I can just grab these and go. And so all of these that are like in this area that are in these containers, those are what I call my my kids' beads. I create with them, I let them play with them, that type of thing. Oh, good, because I left her a message there, Geraldine. So when she comes on, if I don't ask her, will you guys help me, let me know so that I can have her answer a question for me. So, but hey, everybody over on TikTok, if we get to 10,000, we will do giveaway. So like away there, please. All right. So what do? We can do lots of different things with the acrylic beads to do something for their Easter baskets. One of the things I'm going to do right away here is I'm going to use our little candy one, and I'm going to create a zipper pull. And really all that is for the zipper pull, you're going to need a longer head pin and either a lobster claw clasp or a swivel. Yes, I did. I have to look for that today there, Sour Rose. And do you want me just to send you an invoice for them? Because I mailed yours out already and I couldn't combine them because it was already gone before I got the message. But we'll need either a lobster claw clasp or the swivel one. And we're going to use a swivel one today. So we'll do that. And then just some beads to add to it. Oh, cool. All right. Gotcha. I'll do that. Hello, Robin. How are you today? So I'm going to point you all down. And now that we've got what we're going to need for tools, I didn't tell you that. I just got my container of tools over here. I'm going to bring it this way. We're going to need, not flat nose. This is a chain nose plier, flush cutter, and a round nose plier. That's what we're going to need today to do this. Holy, I'm shedding today. All right. Now I'll push y'all down. So those of you on YouTube, I will not be able to see comments when I have you guys down, okay? TikTok, I will notice them if I'm looking at the backup account, okay? So here's what we got. We have all the different colors that I have of the candy. There's more colors than these. That was just what was in that bag. I'm going to grab, I also got some silver beads just to put at the end. And then I'm going to put something above and below this. So I'm going to grab some beads over from here. Oh, I wonder if I should do these. Let me see what this looks like. And some of my kids' beads I have had for many, many, many moons. So I can't tell you where I got them all from. I think I want to do the purple. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a 3mm silver spacer bead. So that's on there. And then I have a 6mm acrylic faceted bead. That's a transparent. We're going to put that candy bead on it. Another of the transparent and the 3mm spacer bead. So that is, I'm going to try to get that up there. There we go. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it there. And then over here. All right. I'm going to shut this up. I'm going to use my round nose plier. I am going to, I don't have a mark on here. Let me mark it. Part way up, not too far up, just a little ways up, I'm going to put a black mark. That is just so that I can make a consistent loop on all of them that I would do today. So we're going to take that and we're going to put, if you notice, our round nose pliers are sitting on top of that last bead on top. I'm going to do 90 degrees away from me so that this piece of the wire goes out 90 degrees. I reposition my tool so that the tool is a 45-degree angle within that 90 that I just made. I'm going to bring it around. This is why we have that mark, because I was a little bit off. And then bring it around the top till you hit that bead. Reposition the tool so this round part goes from the bottom to the top. And then complete your loop. The reason why you do that 45 degrees at the beginning is so that you have a circle and not the letter D. At this point, we're going to open up our loop by just grabbing, you can use either another chain nose pliers and open this up, or you can use your round nose. And then grab your swivel lobster claw clasp. This is why I like using the round, is because it's smaller at the tip and you can get in here and shut that easier. Shut that loop up, grab a hold on your pliers, and at the end of your wire, just bring it around and keep going around on just below the last time you went around. Don't put them on top of each other. You're stacking them like this. Let me see if I can get that to... And then you'll bring your cutters in and you're going to cut off that excess wire. Yeah. Yeah, you can have a D, but it doesn't look round. That's the only thing. And then that is a zipper pull. You can put whatever kind of beads you want on that zipper pull. You can put it on their bag. You can put it on their jacket. You can put it on whatever. We're making a zipper pull here, Joya. That's all it is just some beads on a head pin on a lobster claw clasp to be able to put it on there. That's okay. And so that is the zipper pull with beads. I'm going to move these away. Another thing you can do, so zipper pulls, I just want to, yep, on your fly. I love that, Geraldine. You can put it on your pants. So if you're going to put this in a place where the children grab a hold of it a lot, this is what I would recommend. Now, if they have, you know, like Buttercup carries a purse with her everywhere. It has little loops on it, just like a purse does. You know, it's actually like a little, I don't know what kind of bag it is, like I can't remember. But it has also little loops on it that you can add, like, or rings on it, I mean, that you can add stuff. So you can make them you could do them as a purse charms, just like we did the other day, where we would take the chain and you can use the acrylic beads to make a purse charm. So I'm going to do that here today too. I'm going to use this little pink one here. And I have like I showed you, we have other beads that we can use in there. I don't know that I want a lot of pink, maybe the hot pink and the purple. And then here we can add some yellow and a blue. Oh, we have a green in this bag. And you can make it as chunky as you want. So then we just need the head pins to add all of these to it. These, sometimes you're going to see, these holes are a little bit bigger. That's why I have 3mm size silver beads, is that because sometimes the head pin, I'm going to show you what I mean, is that the head pin bottom is here. You'll put this in here and he comes right on through. If you take a small bead, put it on there, it stops it from going through. And then just to balance it, I always just add another head pin to the top. I don't do sterling silver, the 925. I do not. So that is what I do. And then just like we did on that zipper pull, we would do the same thing. We're going to put these on. And you can put whatever beads you want, however thick you want it. Ball pins, depending on the size of the ball at the end, sometimes they work too. And I will have tomorrow night some additional ball pins. Thanks, Joya. How did you know I was going to have some tomorrow night? I did pull some. If your head pin's a little bent, you can just straighten it and get the bead on there. These larger beads, whoops, are going to probably need the silver also. Yep, it will. They just have a larger hole. All right, so I'm just going to, right now, I am literally, I'm not going to put these on there yet. I'm just going to put 6 of these together, and then we're going to add them all at the end. I love it, Joya. That was just so funny because I'm like, hey, I have some for tomorrow night. So what a ball head pin is instead of having the flat end like these have, they have a ball on the end. Depending on the size of the ball, they might stop. If they're bigger than the 2 millimeter, then they would be able to be used for these to stop, because the holes are normally about 2 millimeters on an acrylic bead. But if that ball is not 2 millimeters, then it wouldn't work. And I don't want these 2 blues next to each other. So we're going to plan out our colors after we get all 6 of these done. And I need one more head pin. There we go. All right, just have one more to make here. I also have a YouTube video called Earring Dangle or Dangle Earrings. That has a different view of how to do this loop. And that will get you like looking down as if you were doing it sitting where I'm at. So if you want to go watch that, it is on one of the playlists on the tube. So you can go and see that and see a different angle of the camera. And hopefully that will make sense to do these. The green, I only have one green though. It's the only problem, Joya. Green is too close to the blue color. Is it coming across as blue on your guys' side? In person, they are totally different. Does that make sense? So what I'm doing is I have one of the corrugated and one of the regular beads, because I'm putting them on the chain. So I'm going every other side. So this side has the flat or the regular, no texture on it. So I'm going to use the corrugated above it. I split my blues, so one blue is at the top and one is at the bottom, so that they aren't next to each other. We are making right now, we are doing all different kinds of things that you can add to an Easter basket. We did a zipper pull earlier. Now we're working on a little purse charm that you can add to a bag. Now you wouldn't put this where the zipper is at. You would put it on one of the, why did I say it earlier and the word is now out of my mind right this second? Like where there would be a loop on a bag that you're not going to pull on is where you want to put this one. If you want it where you're going to pull on the zipper, I would suggest on a purse for a child to put the zipper pull on. So we're going to do all kinds of little things today for the little ones. He's over here. There we go. So we're going to do this blue up on the top. It's at the other side. So he is going to go right this side. And they will move around though too. So you can put it there and it might not. It is, guess what? Our chance of snow went to 0 this morning. So we're not going to get snow. It's chilly. but no water for us, which kind of stinks. We're going to open up the last one. And you can put as many or as little of beads that you want on this. I'm just going to use 6. These are 12 millimeter size beads. If you wanted to add those candy beads, I keep throwing my garbage in my tool basket. Whoops. I'll have to clean that out. I'm going to get another lobster claw clasp. Open this up. Not on that side. I need to turn this around so that the opening is at the top. There we go. We're going to open up our link of chain by going one of the pliers towards me and one away. Take that off, put that bead back on that decided to jump off, and put our swivel in there. You can make this longer if you want. You can make it thicker. You can make it thinner. You get to decide. But there is our little flower bead at the bottom, along with all those other 12 millimeter size beads. So that is our purse bling. We talked about yesterday using these beads to make earrings. Oops, not those beads. These beads. These are the candy ones. I'm going to use the yellow. You just need 2 of the same. 2 head pins. We're using those loops a lot when you do kid stuff. And the reason why I do that is because it secures it more. I'm going to put a spacer bead, 1 of the candy acrylic beads, and another spacer. I'm going to do the same on this one. The other thing that I need, I got to grab, they're right here. I just grabbed a few. They came out like this. The earring wires. If you have ones that have the post with the little loop, a little circle that you can put these in on, you can do them as posts or you can do them as dangles. I need to make this a little bit darker so I can see it. There. $90 away, $45 reposition, bring it around, reposition your tool, finish your circle. Just hold that and close it up. You do not have to put the earring wire on this yet. I'll explain why in just a second. I'm going to do both of these and get them ready. So 90, reposition to 45, come around, reposition, complete the circle, hold on to that circle loop and wrap around. And then cut this off. You're going to take your earring. Most of these earring wires on either right down here or right over here will open up. You just take your pliers and do towards or away from you. And then we open that up just ever so slightly. Add our earring on. And then close it the opposite way that you opened it. We're going to do it on the other one. There's my earring. I'm like, where is my earring holder so I can show you guys these? There. I still have a pair of earrings from when we did the wire wrapped teardrops. Put those there. Now you have little earrings for the littles. So when you're looking at earrings with dangles, my personal opinion is it took me until last year for Buttercup to be able to wear dangles. That's just me. You have to know each child and what they're going to do, if they're going to grab it and pull on it or not. So that's the only thing I'd say with dangles. Oh, geez, Joya. Hopefully it doesn't turn into anything yucky. So there we have earrings. So now look, we have had zipper pull, a quick purse charm, earrings. These all three use the same technique. And that's why when I say, when we teach you, excuse me, a technique, you're going to learn how to do a lot of different things. That's what we're here to talk about, is how can we take that technique and make all the different stuff. All right, next up that I want to show you is another thing you could do for an Easter basket. And this one will take a little bit longer than those other three. And that is, get out the stretchy. We're going to make a stretch cord bracelet. We're going to cut off about 12 inches or so. Usually can be smaller. Oh. So you get to go to a different doctor now? Oh, Robin. Put on our bead stopper, and then we're going to pick out beads. I think I'm going to go back to what we used on the zipper pull. I have different colors of those. You can make it solid. Trust me, these kids are okay. Yes, we will do prayers for you. You can do solids. You can mix it up. I mean, we've got, I'm just going to show you. We got purple. We have pink. And we have this blue. We also have a hot pink. And then this blue. And I'm trying to decide which one do I want to do. I mean, we have green, but I don't want to do green. We also have this yellow. Ooh, I might like this one. We're going to do that one. Now, yeah, I did have yellow. Oh, yeah, you're reading my mind today. All right. Except for I got to move a bead here. This is the one thing that I don't like about this one, is that the sides of these containers where you put in to do each one of the holes, these parts right here will move if you don't do it right. And then you get beads in different colors. And then I'm like, ew, no, you're not supposed to be there. All right. Now, on a kid's bracelet, the sizes will all depend on the size of the child. You can go from anywheres of like 5 inches to 6.5 inches for a child usually. Okay. I'm going to do these. Whoops. One of the beads just took off on me. He's on the floor already. Like we talked about last night, when we go to the other place, I wonder how many beads we're going to find on the floor. So earlier today, I worked on the computer to do something, and I needed to move the tower that's on the floor. I found 5 beads just around my little tower that I didn't know I had lost. So I'm doing pink, and I'm doing 3 of each color. So I'm going to make it like a color block instead of just doing each bead separately. Guess what? It does. I don't think it matters what size it is, because of when I take those to do Girl Scouts, they can be in different ages, different finger sizes, and they still move them around. Okay, whoops. I was going to say, Robin, I was going to say, I'm going to tell you something. It's easier said than done, because we all live it. We all know that it's not always easy. And I was going to say, let it go to God. You know that. And let him take on your stress so that you don't have as much stress to worry yourself. It's easier said than done, but he is there for you. I like this in the color chunk, or the color blocks. And you know what I say to my mother-in-law? Sometimes we just need to be reminded. And that's all. And like I said, sometimes it's easier. So there we have just a cute little, and then I've got the basket over there. So literally to finish this one off, thanks, Robin. It's just little things for our Easter baskets. We're going to do right side over left, or this is my left hand, sorry, over right. So left on top of right, and we create an X with our cord ends. You take the right side and bring it around and up through the middle. Bring those sides close together. They don't have to be extremely tight, just close together. Take the right side over the left to make another X. And now this time we're going to take the left side and go in the center. Now when we pull it, we're going to say tight, tight, tight in our head. And the way that works, it just moves on down there. I am a huge gluer. You'll know if you've watched me. I use the Hypo Cement glue, the GS Hypo Cement glue. We're going to open that up. Make sure, test this. Finger on each bead at the end. It worked. Okay, so now I'm going to open this up between my fingers. See right there? There's my knot. I'm just going to dab some glue on that and let it dry overnight. I'm not going to cut that until tomorrow. When I go to cut it tomorrow, I'm going to take my scissors and get as close to the knot without cutting the knot on both sides. You can cut them individually to get it close, because if you usually try to cut them out both at the same time, one is going to be a little bit longer than the other. So you can cut them individually. So there is our little bracelet. See, and they will just ham this type of stuff up. Little girls like this. And when I make jewelry like this, I don't make it for infants. I will let you know. That is one of my disclosures to when people come into my in-person shows. I say they're for 4 and up, because littles, I don't want them to choke on it. Oh yeah, I'll bring it up here for you, Mimi. It is GS Hypo Cement glue. So there you go. And that's the glue that I always use when I do my stuff. All right. I'm going to put away these beads. I thought it would take me longer to do these 4 things that I thought about, but we still have like 25 minutes. So what else we could do is, this is all my kids' beads, so then I can just look at it. We can do a necklace, but I have to go grab some things to finish off I need to grab the wire, and I need to grab lobster claw clasps and the 6mm jump rings, or split rings, I mean, and the crimped wires, but that's not. Yep, I did all the wire wrapping stuff. The wire wrapping that we did for today. Is that what you mean? These are all, you know what? The loop is actually wire wrapping, besides the rings. All right, I was thinking we could do a necklace, and I'm trying to think what I want to do for the necklace. Because I will show you. I have these beads that I do for kids' necklaces too. And all they are, and I don't know that I've ever brought them. You guys can let me know. These are synthetic howlite. That's dyed. They're synthetic turquoise, so they're howlite that are dyed colors. There's purple. There is the pink, blue. Oh no, we're gonna finish that up. I'll talk about that. We're gonna finish that up. Ryan canceled family night tonight. He did that today. So I will probably be live at 8 p.m. It's not on the revised one, and I will finish it up there. Then we have that red, we have orange, white, and yellow. So we can make a necklace, because you got to remember, this is Easter. We can have a cross necklace in their Easter bags as a necklace. I am going to grab this blue one here, and we're going to do that one. So I do this one on a chain, so I won't have to grab everything, but let me grab some of the things that I need. I use for the chain, my favorite 6x4mm chain is the chain that I use. Let me grab, I gotta grab the lobster claw clasp and the split rings. They're in this bag. Okay. So for these, yeah, I can get those. We have the 12x6mm lobster claw clasp. We are going to use 2 6mm split rings. This is the split ring. Okay, we're going to need our ruler. And we're going to need the split ring plier. I just got to find it in my basket of tools. The one that I usually use, that I have out on the studio, I cannot find it. This is my own that I had from like 20 years. So, all right. We're going to open up our split ring with the split ring tool, and we're going to put the lobster claw clasp on it. Grab our pliers and just turn that around. And there is one end of our chain to the other end. These are really simple. We're going to make our chain first, and then we're going to add the cross. I make these necklaces for kids at 14 inches. So I'm going to take 14 inches of the chain. I'm going to find where the chain opens and closes at, because these are unsoldered chain links. 2 pliers, one away from you and one towards you, to open up that link. Put half of your clasp on, and then close it up by going the opposite direction that you did to open it. On this end, I'm going to open and close this chain link here. One towards you, one away. Use the other end of the clasp. And now we have made a necklace. You can also buy necklaces in the length that you want and just slide this on if you want at the end of the day, or you can make your own. It's totally up to you. We have, once again, our head pin. We're going to take 2 3mm spacer beads. We're going to put one on the bottom. We're going to put our cross on, and then put the other 3mm. We're going to create the loop that we've been doing with our other items. 90 degrees away, reposition, 45 in that angle, bring this around towards you. Once you hit the bead, reposition this bottom part to the top so that you have room to finish it out. And we've got our loop on our cross. Now we need to find the middle of the chain. I take and line up the 2 6mm split rings there. Go down and find the middle, which is right here. I put my cross on it. I need to open up my loop so I can get my chain on there. Close it up, grab our pliers, and wrap that around. And now we've made a very simple necklace. with 1 focal bead, 2 accent beads, and some chain. Let me grab my neck so you guys can see it better on a neck. I'll probably come up for this if you guys will give me a moment. I'm going to go up here so you guys can see it. So that's it. It makes a very simple necklace. And it's very, very easy. And for the Easter baskets, I don't know why I didn't think about this one right away. I've made these, Robin, in different lengths. So if I'm doing this for an adult size necklace, you can do these for adults. They don't have to be just for the kids. So in this case, if you wanted to make this and put it into, because we've done adult Easter baskets in our household too. So if you're doing it for an adult, make it an 18 or 20 inch for that chain instead of 14. For the children, I do 14. When you're getting the colors like this blue, this can go either male or female. It is gender neutral. And you know, that type of thing. The white is gender neutral. You know, you can like, if you're a girl, you can like blues. If you're a boy, you can like pink. In my world, it doesn't matter. To me, colors are general neutral, but you could do it in their favorite color instead. So you can do this for both boys, girls, any child for their Easter basket. So just to let you know. So that's one thing to think about when you're doing something like that. I wasn't thinking about doing that one until we had time. And I'm like, oh, we can do that. So I'm going to bring this up close so you guys can see. That is all it is. It's a very, very simple, but to me, a cool necklace. So, and I have done these. Yes, 6.5. What I would do with or 16.5, what I would do is for a choker, I would do the 16.5 and then do an extender on there so that if their neck, because like my neck is a thick neck. So for me, when I get 16, it's like choking me. So I would do a 2-inch extender. Like last week, we did have those silver chains, the stainless steel silver chain, and they were like 16.79. And I can't remember if those had I think they had the 2-inch extenders on them so that you can adjust it for individuals' neck sizes to make it that choker. So yeah, so that's what I would say for those. And these could go on there instead of like, this one is put in the middle. On the ones that we had last week, the chain is very small. I would just put that on the chain, and then this is going to move around on the chain rather than being in the link and keeping it like centered there. And it's just because the links of those chains are so small in the center, like where the hole is at, like when I'm talking about here. Sometimes you cannot get head pins through those to put it in the center. And then also when you're dealing with extenders, if it's mobile, you know, you can do the extender and you can move it and it doesn't, like, I know this is going to sound weird. Your clasp will be in the center in the back, and then if it's mobile, it can be center in the front. Whereas if it is in a link, then your clasp is going to be off-centered a little way if you're using that link. Or the extender, I mean. Does that make sense? But it's all about preference of what you want to wear. All right. So there is, we did a necklace. We did earrings. We have done the zipper pull. And we did purse bling. And a bracelet. In like a half an hour, everybody. Nordic Luna, you cracked me up. Yes, I sure will there for you, Robin. She wants to see that up close. So you see how my loop is inside the bottom part of that link. So I've used the loop to put it through the link of chain. So it will sit in that spot always. And I'm going to show you over here on the tube where that's in there. So, public service announcement from Nordic Luna. Bring your earbuds if you want to listen to the live while you're out shopping. So that nobody has to listen to the TikTok. And they're like, what is she doing? So that in a half an hour, everybody, I very quickly showed you how to make 5 different things that you guys can add to Easter baskets. And that was what I wanted to do this week, is show you how we can do different things with everything, with every different part. There are, I will tell you, we did not do an actual necklace that did the wire. I talked about it, but then I saw these when I was looking back behind me, and I was like, I'm doing this style instead. So we used 2 of the, what I say are the basic 3 to jewelry making to come up with what we did today. One is doing the knots to be able to do stretchy. And then the other technique is doing the loop wire wrapped with the head pins. And that allowed you to make a necklace, purse charm, zipper pull, and earrings. So that's the one thing when I've said I've wanted to go towards doing things differently here about spending more time showing you different things with beads. The style that we did in the last 2 days, or not 2 days, but we did on Tuesday and today, I want to be able to do that more. I might need to slow down a little bit and not be like, here's one, here's one, here's one, like I did today, so that you guys can learn it a little bit easier. But that's what I want to go towards, even if we're on some of our showcases, that we can do that. She is not, but I've already got stuff for her basket that I've made for her. She just doesn't know it yet. She picked out, she wants, the big thing right now is charm necklaces, where you have this and then you put a charm and then like 2 charms this way and 2 charms this way. So she picked out the charms and she didn't realize what she was doing it for. And so I have just told her right now, you know, when Opa has to work on other people's cars, my car is the last one to get worked on. And if you have a husband who builds houses, your house is going to be the last house to be built. Well, Oma does jewelry, so your jewelry will be the last to be made. So that I can do that. I'm such a bad Oma. And she's not here to see it. Hopefully she doesn't watch my YouTube. Because this will be up on our Tuesdays and today. They will be available for you all to watch again so that you guys can, like, if you need to slow it down. Dot code. So yeah. So you will be able to watch all of these. So if I was too fast today, and I apologize, I was just like, you guys just now witnessed how I truly create. I will take one item and then it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. So in a half an hour, you guys saw how much I can normally do. So when I was doing in-person shows, what you just saw, I would be doing all the month of January to plan out my entire year of shows. And I would just, like, on one day, it would be this style, and then all of a sudden I'd switch to something else and I'd come back. It was just, I don't know another way than, to me, it was a chaos, but there was a method to my chaos. At the end of the day, I said I had to have so many of this and so many of this and so many of that. And I would just create like that. So yeah, that I will tell you is how I ended up, how I made everything. And I always did it always in January. So that was the good old days for me today doing this one. So thank you for letting me do it this way. Now, what Joya brought up, I'm going to bring it up here. We started last night, and this is glued on here now. So he's not popping off. Nope, he's not. I thought I popped him off and he didn't. I was like, oh, no, don't pop off. Nope, he's not popping off. She is. Joya says hi, Ashley. Woohoo! I am so excited for you, Ducky. Do you know what you want yet? But we're going to finish this up tonight. We will be on. It's not on the calendar, everybody. At 8 p.m. tonight, we're going to have a chat time. We're going to finish up this bracelet here where we're going to push all the beads to the end, and then we're going to cut off this excess here, and we are going to put another one there. She says, hi, Joya. And then we're going to finish this up. And then we're going to talk about any questions that you guys have. Ooh. Okay, this is what I will tell you. Oh, thank you, Rose, for the heartbeat. You can look at the terrain all you want, and you can buy it. Just be careful. The motors are not always so good in them. At about 80 to 100K, if you're gonna drive it that far, be careful, okay? Thanks, Rose, for the fluffy hearts. So, and it's funny because my husband has said that you know time and time again, and one of his friends is actually a GM mechanic and works for the dealership for GM here by us, and he'll tell you the same thing. When he told me, he's like, yes, he's right. Because I was like, is he just feeding me a line of bull? Just all depends. If you were going to drive it, you sure can, Geraldine. Hi, Cece. So, and I'm not trying to influence you. It's the only time that our the terrain, and it's the Acadia, I think. I have to stop and think about the Chevy equivalent of it. They both are like that. All right. I have to get these in for you guys. I'll see about getting some of those in. And what I can do, so you guys can let me know. If I can get those in, do you want a strand of all the different colors on one strand? Or do you want them and by the strand of this? Or do you want them in a package of like 2 or 3? Yep. The newer Tahoe is really cool. I would say yeah to that one too. My husband won't let me, but I would. So I get you, Ducky. So tonight we will be on, and I'm also, while we are on that, we will 2 or 3. Oh, 2 or bags of 2 or 3. Okay. I'm like 2 or 3. And then I'm like, oh, I got it. She would say bags of 2 or 3. Got it. Well, I'm not the mechanic, so, but I did get my Challenger. We will always say that. I knew what you meant right when I read it. She's meaning say. So, yep, he doesn't get a say. And I literally sometimes don't believe my husband because he is such a Ford guy. That's why that's the only reason why I will say that is because the mechanic that works on them has them in there. And there is some truck right now, and I don't know if it's GM or Chevy or whatever one, because they work on both at that dealership. He has 3 hoists that he has cars on, because if you take a car apart and figure it out, they'll order the parts, and then the parts arrive, and then he has another one. So he can have 3 different vehicles waiting for parts throughout the day. He had in one day the same truck with the same problem on 3 different trucks. I'm like, that was not a good thing. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not buying, I will tell you, I'm not buying a new vehicle. I'm happy with what I have now. You guys went through me going through vehicles for a while, and I'm like, I'm done. I got what I want. Yep. I was going to say, when we were in Kentucky, we went to a Ford dealership when we moved Kennedy there. And I don't know that they're not. I love my dealership that I have. Oh, that is funny. So yeah, but you get to do you. That's what I will say. I am freezing in here. I think Ryan turned the heat off because it was warm and now it's getting colder, so we need the heat back on. But yes, I will be on at 8 p.m. tonight. Yep, and that's the difference. I would agree with you. Toyotas last forever, but if you have to work on them, they're expensive, but you usually don't. So that's what I'll say with that. We'll be on at 8 p.m. tonight. We're going to do a chat where we're going to finish up what we started last night, and then I'm going to package the lentils for white and black. Yes, that's what the Dodge Journey is a crossover, and I don't know that it's as big. I love my Expedition for the size, but not everybody does. Ryan hates driving it because you can't park it in a parking spot very well. Okay, Ashley, that works. Thank you. Yep, and I'm adding tonight, so it is not on the schedule. So you guys are hearing about it first here. We'll try to get it out to people. Hey, Nordic Luna has a Suburban. She understands what it's like. I just love the space. Buttercup loves having that third row. She goes and sits in the third row. And I literally, my Expedition is going to be up for a while. Oh, don't say that. But I also have a husband that can do that kind of work for me. We have an older Expedition that he's had to put the coil packs on too. But it's one of the last Expeditions before they brought them back. My husband teaches me dates of when vehicles come and go. I would have never known that before, ever. Yep, exactly. See, and that's where I'm lucky, but because he can fix them and we get discounts on our parts because of what how many parts he buys. Yeah, and I know so many people that love their Traverses too. Traverses were just a little bit small. I like the bigger. That Expedition's a little bigger. Sorry. I know, Joya. It gets spendy working on vehicles. Trust me. I'm grateful that I have a husband that can do it. So right now he is working on one of our Mustangs. Yay. I'm excited because this one's one that I think I can drive. We have one that I can't drive. And it's not that I don't know how to drive a manual. I do. It's just my sister drove it and she has driven semis and stuff. And she's like, that's the hardest clutch I've ever had. So I'm like, yep, nope, I'm not doing that one. I'm with, that's the way my Expedition is too, Ducky. It's not bad. It's a right in line with some of my other vehicles that I've had, but it's like I could probably get something smaller with better gas mileage. All right. Well, I'm going to hop off, everybody. I had so much fun. That's what I learned to drive on too, Ducky. Oh, my Lord. That is too funny. Two of us that learned how to drive on a manual. And mine was a Chevy Cavalier. Does anybody remember those? But I will see you all later, 8 p.m. tonight. And we are going to do a chat time. So bring questions. Let's have a good conversation. All right. We'll see you then. Bye, everybody.